I hear the word generations, I think about people of all different ages together, talking with each other, learning from each other.
Let's say continuity and community.
I think of all ages, from newborn babies to our seniors and elders.
So I think generations means something that is beyond just yourself and your own lifetime. It is something that endures, it perseveres, it's something that you should pass on to your children and your children's children.
When I look at St. George's, I see families, kids, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, but not only the physical family, but I see the spiritual family.
I think it's a beautiful thing that these generations can intermingle for the glory of God.
When I think about generations is examples, pictures of who God might want me to be in the future.
When we use the word generations, we have at least a few things in mind. The one thing that we have in mind is that our church is noticeably intergenerational. That's not by chance. I actually think that it's something that God Himself has worked out in our midst, and I think it's a reflection of gospel values. You know, it's a little slice of heaven. There's no place else other than the church where people who are of different ages and different socio-economic status and different everything come together in such a deep and profound way. So in the first place, generations refers to the fact that our congregation is intergenerational. I think the second thing that we have in mind when we talk about being generations is how the gospel can affect families over the course of multiple generations. You know, I personally am the beneficiary of a generation of gospel formation and goodness. My kids have the benefit of being part of a second generation family that has just been formed and shaped by the gospel. And so when we talk about generations, we're also talking about how the gospel can shape families and family legacies. The third thing that we have in mind when we talk about generations is this truth that the gospel has been transmitted for 2,000 years by faithfully and intentionally passing the message on generationally. That's what Paul has in mind when he talks to Timothy, and he says, those things that you've seen and heard from me, pass them on to faithful men. This idea of intentionally passing the gospel on from generation to generation of believers.